Well, drug issues and drug problems has already come up. I think a lot of communities are struggling with that. Heroin is one. What is the solution, and how big a problem is it? Emily?
Thank you for the question. We just had a presentation from the police chief last night, actually. We talked all about the budget for this year, for last year, the progress, what's happening. We are seeing increases in certain activities. We are seeing a decrease. Actually, we're a third of the burglaries that we once were. And we're seeing a decrease, a very strong decrease in those heavy crimes that people often associate as violent crimes and other things. We do see an incidence periodically of prowling and car theft and things like that. Those are serious crimes. Those are also crimes that are often perpetuated by one or two people. And when we bring those folks in, we have a significant decrease. When it comes to drugs, we have an issue that is similar to many cities across the country, which is an overprescription of opiates, which turns into heroin and other things. As a city councilor, I authored a resolution to remove the methadone clinic licensing on Central Entrance because it was contributing to a problem. We have an award-winning drug task force that is active on this issue. We have community policing that works in partnership with many community entities, including drug court, probation, Human Development Center, and other mental health entities. And so I believe we are on the path of a holistic approach to addressing the drug issue and other crime issues.
Thank you. Chuck, I know this is an issue you've given a lot of thought to. What more should we be doing? What would you as mayor be doing?
Everything, all day long. This is an epidemic. When I announced my candidacy for mayor, my story that I wrote, exactly that title on chuckhorton.net, heroin is an epidemic in the city of Duluth. I don't care about the other cities. Yes, of course I do, but I care about my town. And I want to focus on that. I don't want to relate our city's problems with what's happening nationwide. It's nonsense. We need to deal with the problem right in front of us. I got in front of this years ago. I talked to Steve O'Neill not to bring the methadone clinic in, and here's what we're sitting now. This is a scary issue. I would work on a program that's been implemented on the East Coast called the Angel Program. It's had great success. It's new. I would hire more police, and I would open up more treatment centers. You mark my words. The reason I'm running here is because I care about our kids, and addiction is devastating our community. I can no longer sit back and watch this happen. I have been to too many funerals. You need to ask anybody that's in the medical industry. You need to talk to people that are in the social services industry, and they will speak to this issue.
Emily.
Thank you. Yes, one of the things that this police department does incredibly well, and as mayor, I would absolutely support the vision and the work of Police Chief Gordon Ramsey. We have an 85% satisfaction rate as the police department. I think that's very important. People have a very strong trust in the police. We need to continue that. One of the ways that we have addressed drugs and other issues is, again, through that holistic working together, working with community organizations, which include the program to aid victims of sexual assault. It includes the Domestic Abuse Intervention Project. It includes First Witness. It includes the mental health practitioner we have on staff with us in the police department, and it includes supporting residential treatment centers and bringing the medical community along with us. The medical community is now on board with the police department in addressing this issue. What we need to do is to continue to support that holistic community policing approach because it is working.
Thank you. Chuck, last word.
Well, I'd like to point out that these studies that we're quoting, my opponent's quoting, these 85% approval rates, which neighborhoods are they using this study? Not the neighborhoods I'm campaigning. And that's not saying I have issue with the police department. I have issue with the city council policies that are overburdening our police department by allowing the low-income housing and allowing the problems to come into our community. We are spending $245,000 on the Steve O'Neill apartments while everybody else is struggling to find a workable, payable job. We need to keep our kids busy in these Parks and Recs program. We need to work hand in hand with our police as well.